It was 11 p.m. on a cold October night when Michael Carter drove home from his late shift at the warehouse. Rain pounded his windshield like 1,000 tiny fists. His 6-year-old daughter Sophie was asleep in the back seat, thumb in her mouth, her stuffed bunny clutched tight. Michael had been a single dad for 2 years now, ever since his wife left them for a life without responsibilities. He'd learned to juggle overtime shifts, parent-teacher conferences, and mac and cheese dinners. He was tired, always tired, but Sophie's laugh made every exhausting day worth it. As he turned onto Maple Street, his headlights caught some huddled beneath a broken bus stop shelter. A woman in blue scrubs, drenched to the bone, face buried in her hands, shoulders shaking with sobs. Michael's first instinct was to keep driving. It was late. Sophie was in the car. You don't stop for strangers at midnight. But something made him hit the brakes. Maybe it was the way her scrubs clung to her thin frame. Maybe it was a hospital ID badge still clipped to her chest. Maybe it was because he knew what rock bottom looked like. He'd been there once. He pulled over, rolled down the window, just enough to be heard over the rain. "Hey, you okay?" Stupid question. She clearly wasn't okay. The woman looked up, and Michael's heart cracked. Her eyes were red and hollow, mascara streaming down her cheeks like war paint. She couldn't have been more than 30. "I'm fine," she lied, the way drowning people always do. Michael glanced at her ID badge through the rain. "Emma Rodriguez, RN. Emergency Department. You work at County General?" She nodded, not meeting his eyes. "Worked. Past tense. I got fired today. Budget cuts." Her voice cracked. "Lost my apartment last month. Been staying at my sister's, but she said I had to leave tonight. Called me a burden." Michael saw Sophie stir in the back seat. Saw this stranger this nurse sitting in the rain with nowhere to go. And he made a decision his logical brain would regret, but his heart knew was right. "Get in the car." She looked up, startled. "What?" "It's pouring. You're soaked. I can't leave you here. Just get in. I'll drop you at a shelter or something." Emma hesitated, then climbed into the passenger seat. She smelled like antiseptic and rain and desperation. "Thank you," she whispered. Michael started driving, not really sure where he was going. "What's your name?" "Emma." "I'm Michael." "That's Sophie in the back." Emma turned, saw the sleeping child, and something in her expression softened. Just a little. As the wipers beat a steady rhythm, Emma started talking. Once she started, she couldn't stop like a dam breaking. "I worked at County for 8 years. Through COVID, through the riots, through everything. I held dying patients' hands when their families couldn't visit. I did double shifts, triple shifts. I gave everything to that hospital." Her voice grew bitter. Then new administration came in. Cut the ER staff by 40%. Fire me over email. Not even face-to-face. Just deleted, like I never mattered. She laughed, a broken sound. "My boyfriend left 6 months ago. Said dating a nurse was too hard, too stressful. My parents died in a car crash 3 years ago. My sister was all I had left, and tonight she told me I was dragging her down. Said I needed to get my life together. As if I haven't been trying." Michael listened, hands tied on the wheel. He knew that tone, the one that came right before you gave up completely. "Where are you going tonight?" he asked quietly. Emma shrugged. "Nowhere. Everywhere." The rain felt appropriate, dramatic. "I was thinking about walking to the bridge downtown. Not to. I don't know what I was thinking." Michael was quiet for a moment. Then he said, 3 years ago, my wife packed a suitcase while Sophie napped. Left a note on the fridge. Said she never wanted kids, never wanted this life, and she was done pretending. She took the car, the savings account, and my ability to trust people." He cleared his throat. "I found myself standing on that same bridge you mentioned. Sophie was at daycare. I had 2 hours before pickup, and I stood there thinking about how easy it would be to just stop being so tired." Emma turned to look at him. "Really look. What stopped you?" "A text message," Michael said with a sad smile. "From Sophie's daycare teacher. It was a picture of Sophie finger painting. The message said, 'She painted you. She said you're her hero.' And I realized I couldn't let her pain in foster care. I couldn't let my pain become her tragedy." Emma was crying again, but softer now. I don't have a Sophie. No, Michael agreed. But somewhere out there is a patient you haven't saved yet. A kid who's going to fall off their bike next summer and need stitches, and you'll be the calm voice that makes them stop crying. You don't know who needs you yet, Emma. But they're out there. They've been driving aimlessly for 20 minutes. The rain was letting up. Michael pulled into a 24-hour diner parking lot and turned to face her. I'm going to make you an offer, and I need you to hear me out before you say no. Emma waited. I have a spare bedroom. It's familyâ. It was supposed to be an office, but I never use it. You can stay there, just until you get back on your feet. No rent, no pressure, just a safe place to sleep and figure things out. Emma stared at him like he'd grown a second head. You don't even know me. I know you're a nurse who gave 8 years to helping people, Michael said. I know you're someone who got dealt a bad hand, but you're still here, still fighting. That's enough. Why would you do this? Emma whispered. Because 3 years ago, my neighbor brought me groceries every week for 6 months without asking for anything. Because Sophie's daycare teacher gave me an extension on payments when I couldn't afford them. Because sometimes the only way to heal from the world's cruelty is to refuse to pass it on. Emma sat there in the diner parking lot, rain-soaked and broken, and for the first time in months, she felt something other than despair. She felt the fragile beginning of hope. Emma woke up the next morning in a twin bed with clean sheets, sunlight streaming through unfamiliar curtains. For a moment, she panicked euro, then remembered. The rain, the car, Michael's offer. She sat up, still wearing borrowed sweatpants and a t-shirt that said "World's Okayest Dad." The smell of pancakes drifted under the door. When she emerged, she found Sophie at the kitchen table, carefully drawing with crayons. Michael was at the stove, flipping pancakes with the concentration of a surgeon. Morning, he said without turning. Coffee's in the pot. Sophie insisted on chocolate chip pancakes, so I hope you're okay with breakfast for champions. Sophie looked up, assessed Emma with the brutal honesty of 6-year-olds. Are you the sad lady from last night? Sophie, Michael warned. But Emma smiled euro, her first real smile in weeks. Yeah, kiddo, I'm the sad lady. But your dad makes good pancakes, so I'm feeling a little less sad. Sophie nodded, satisfied. Good. We don't like sad people. Daddy says sad is okay, but we have to try to be happy too. Over the next 2 weeks, Emma discovered something unexpected. How healing small kindnesses could be. Michael never asked her to talk about what happened. Never pushed. He just existed alongside her. He left job listings on the kitchen counter. Lent her his laptop for applications. Sophie dragged her into games of pretend, assigning her the role of friendly dragon or magical teacher. Emma started doing little things in return. She'd make dinner when Michael worked late. She braided Sophie's hair into elaborate princess styles. When Sophie got a fever at 2 a.m., Emma's nursing instincts kicked eine Euro calm, competent, reassuring.